General Hospital 2-week preview. Jason investigates Willow and Michael's fate in judge's hands. Jason Morgan, still struggling to find his footing since returning to Port Charles, starts to pick up on inconsistencies in the stories surrounding his disappearance. While visiting the Quartermain mansion to check in on Monica and Drew, he overhears a cryptic phone call Ned is having. The name Brennan comes up again. Something in Jason's gut says he's not being told everything. He heads to Carly's kitchen for a heart-to-heart, and she hesitantly admits she's been keeping tabs on certain people from Jason's past, mostly connected to the FBI and pikemen. Meanwhile, Drew warns Carly not to get too involved in Jason's digging, fearful that the past could explode again, especially with Sonny growing more volatile. Michael and Willow Corinthos sit nervously in the family law courtroom. The custody hearing over Wiley's future is underway. Nina's prior interference, plus the exposure of her past crimes, including using insider YelQ info, has complicated things. Despite Willow's initial forgiveness, the judge seems unimpressed by Nina's behavior. Diane Miller fights hard on Michael and Willow's behalf, while Martin Gray does damage control for Nina. But a surprise witness, Harmony's former associate from the commune, testifies, suggesting Willow once lied to authorities to protect someone. That crack in Willow's halo creates tension. Outside the courtroom, Nina confronts Michael, accusing him of manipulating Wiley to punish her. Michael doesn't deny it, but tells her, "You broke our family once. We won't let you do it again." Jason reaches out to Sam, asking for help decrypting some files he lifted from a discarded burner phone linked to pikemen. While Sam agrees reluctantly, their conversation turns personal. She's clearly still hurt by Jason's choices, but wants him to come home safe. Spinelli shows up with an encrypted USB key that Jason asks him to analyze. Jason suspects someone high up in the Port Charles PD has ties to pikemen. Sam and Spinelli agree to help, but warn Jason to tread carefully. Jason then heads to Pentonville to visit Cyrus Renaud. Their exchange is chilling. Cyrus hints that the enemy Jason should fear most is not pikemen, but someone in his inner circle. Willow begins to crack under the pressure of the court proceedings. She confides in Sasha that she feels like she's failing her son, especially if the judge sees her as weak or dishonest. Sasha offers compassion, reminding Willow that no one can take away her identity as Wiley's mother. Meanwhile, Nina devises a risky plan. She asks Ava to speak on her behalf in court. Ava initially refuses, but then relents after Nina tearfully admits she fears she's truly lost everything. Ava testifies, painting Nina as flawed but deeply maternal. It's a gamble, but it stirs the courtroom. Willow watches, stunned, as Ava gives an unexpectedly heartfelt statement. Sonny Corinthos, already unbalanced due to trust issues and recent violent outbursts, crashes the courthouse to confront Michael. Enraged by what he sees as betrayal, Sonny accuses Michael of turning Wiley against Nina and defiling the Corinthos name. Dante tries to intervene, pulling his father aside and reminding him this isn't the man their family knows. Sonny cools slightly, but the damage is done. In a private moment, Michael tells Willow he's ready to go nuclear. He's discovered something in Nina's past that could destroy her legally. Willow begs him not to. "Don't become the man you hate," she pleads. But Michael's silence speaks volumes. The judge, after several deliberations, issues a temporary ruling. Wiley will remain primarily in Willow and Michael's custody, but supervised visitation with Nina will resume in a few weeks, contingent on her completing anger management classes and providing proof of stability. Nina is stunned. She hoped for more, but at least it's not total estrangement. Willow feels conflicted. She wants peace, but Michael's rage continues to simmer. He vows to never trust Nina again. Their once unified front now feels splintered. Spinelli returns with decrypted intel, an FBI document referencing an internal mole tied to pikemen. The name? Valentine Cassadine. Jason is floored. Valentine had been working with Anna, and now it appears he may have orchestrated Jason's capture, or worse. Jason takes the info to Anna Devane. She's shaken. "I vouched for him," she says. "If this is true, everything changes." Anna warns Jason, Don't confront Valentine directly. But Jason's already made up his mind. If he betrayed me once, he won't get the chance again. Drew tries to reason with Michael, urging him to let go of vengeance. But Michael has contacted a private investigator who uncovered sealed adoption records showing Nina may have committed fraud to gain access to Wiley when she first arrived in Port Charles. Michael takes the file to Diane. She tells him the statute of limitations may protect Nina, but it's a big enough scandal to go public. Michael prepares a press release. Willow finds out, and she's furious. "You promised we'd do this the right way," she yells. "What does this do to Wiley when he finds out you smeared his grandmother?" Michael's silence confirms her fear. Jason corners Valentine outside the Metro court. Their exchange is terse and dangerous. Valentine denies everything, even when Jason presents the file. But Jason notices something in Valentine's eyes, a flicker of fear. That's when Jason realizes the truth. Valentine wasn't the mole. Someone inside the FBI used his name as a decoy. Jason retreats, realizing he nearly made a fatal mistake. But his instincts were right. Someone close to him is hiding the truth, and he's narrowing it down. On the last day of the custody hearing, the judge reveals new evidence came forward anonymously. A flash drive containing footage of Nina secretly following Wiley and Willow weeks prior, breaking her restraining order. Martin is blindsided. Nina admits it's true, she was desperate. The judge rules that Nina's visitation rights are suspended indefinitely, pending psychological evaluation. Nina sobs in the hallway as Sonny tries to comfort her, but even he is shaken. Michael doesn't gloat. Instead, he looks haunted. "What have I done?" he whispers to Drew. Jason returns to Carly, telling her everything's worse than he feared. "There's someone inside the bureau," he says. "They used pikemen to control me, and I think they're still watching." Willow packs Wiley's school lunch, but can't stop crying. "I wanted peace," she says to Sasha. "But we started a war." Michael stands alone at the Metro Court terrace, staring at his reflection. For a moment, he doesn't recognize the man looking back. Sonny sits in his darkened penthouse, pouring a drink he won't touch. His empire is fractured. His family, torn. Nina, in her apartment, looks at an old picture of Wiley and whispers, "I'm so sorry, my sweet boy." Spinelli calls Jason with one final message. "I traced the metadata on that flash drive. Jason, it came from inside the Port Charles Police Department." Jason's eyes narrow. "Then we know where to dig next."